Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the Manny and Sean Experience podcast. Boy, oh boy, do we have so much to talk about this week that we couldn't fit it on a TikTok live. We're recording in studio today. Coming up next, episode 102.
Stay tuned.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to episode 102 on the Manny and Sean Experience podcast. We're not doing TikTok live today.
No, we decided to do the old-fashioned podcasting.
You're getting an old-fashioned Manny and Sean Experience today, though we probably will miss the engagement piece. That's kind of fun. It's like you have an audience, but not an audience.
That part is fun, and we can do pop-ups here and there to do those live when we feel like it.
Absolutely. Pleasure to have you all here again with us. We hope you're doing well, taking care of yourself. How are you out there in this crazy world that we live in? But we hope you're doing well. And if you're new here, don't forget you can follow us on any social media platform except X by using MASXP23. And you can also find our website like that and all our streaming platforms available to you, inclusive of YouTube. Had to do that at the beginning because that's what they say you should do.
Okay.
How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing great. I am Sean. He is Manny.
Yes, if you're new here, those are our names.
Yes. I'm doing well.
Also located on my hat.
It's been a couple of weeks since we chatted with the folks. Work is work. But you know, the weekend's here and ready to just relax and enjoy that. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. You know, work is work, as I like to say here on the podcast. I'm really over this heat, though. This heat is ridiculous.
It's oppressive.
Like, I know it's hot across the U.S., or if you're listening to us around the world, wow, hello. Let us know where you're from. But here in Florida, it just feels like hot.
Non-stop.
It feels like you walked into a sauna that just does not turn off at all hours of the night.
No. The AC is constantly running.
Yeah, we were just talking before we sat down to record. Like, do we need to call somebody, or is just the air working harder because it's so hot?
I mean, probably both, but
The joys of home ownership. You get to take care of everything.
you do. But you also get to do what you want. It is the positive.
Within the limitations of the HOA, right?
Okay. Fine, with the inside of your home.
Again, we hope all of you are doing well. We have a jam-packed podcast this week. That's what happens when we do every 3 weeks or so, whatever we're saying
2
it is now. 2 weeks. But let's jump into the mixtape.
Lega.
You're in the mix.
All right, everybody. Has anybody been to the box office cinema recently and checked out any movies? Well, we have. And you may have seen our ratings on Fantastic Four on Instagram and TikTok. And maybe Blue Sky. I don't know where I post anymore. Social media is like a whole job within itself. It's wild.
It is. But you do a good job at it.
Thank you so much. But we'll start with Fantastic Four, which has been out for quite some time now. Those of you that know me, I am not a huge Marvel fan. I have select franchises that I enjoy of the Marvel persuasion. So I'll let Sean kind of tell us a little bit about Fantastic Four and what he thought about it.
Fantastic Four is the setup of the new saga within the MCU. It is a new starting point. And from here on out, we are telling different stories. The last saga was the multiverse. And though it still seems like there will be some multiverse shenanigans, Fantastic Four was supposed to start a new chapter. This was a highly anticipated movie from Marvel because the Fantastic Four are known as Marvel's first family in the comics. And there have been, I believe, 3 other Fantastic Four movies. But that was before Disney bought Fox, in which
And
those
in Disney
movies,
fashion, they said, we have to make it over.
right? Because now you're a part of the family.
Now you're a part of the multi-million-dollar.
Before you were Fox, and we didn't really care. So now you have to fit into our play puzzle, whatever you're gonna call it. But anyway, I enjoyed the movie for what it was. It wasn't the best Marvel movie I've ever seen. It definitely wasn't the worst Marvel movie I've ever seen. I thought the characters, we skipped the whole origin thing because most people know how they got their powers. There was a quick, like in the beginning, like a speed cut of kind of how they got the powers, and they're famous. They've been taking care of the Earth for 4 years, I think it was. And I thought the portrayals of the characters were done very well. Pedro Pascal is playing Reed Richards. I thought he did an okay job. And Vanessa Kirby was the Invisible Woman. Everyone really played their roles really well. There was a little bit of humor in there. I thought there probably could have been a little bit more. But this movie is basically there to set up Avengers Doomsday, which they are currently filming.
Just continues.
It does continue. It will just continue. I don't think it's going to stop.
Listen, I thought it was an all right movie. I'm not a Marvel fan, besides certain franchises, as I said. This is a little on the boring side for me. So if you're a non-Marvel-y person, but sometimes enjoy their movies, like Deadpool or what's the other one? Guardians. This is probably not one of those that, as a non-Marvel universe fan, you may go in and not be entertained. I wasn't entertained. I thought Pedro, and you know what? I'm not sure if I should blame Pedro so much, or was it just the writing and how they developed his character? It was just boring to me.
But that's how that character acts in the comics.
I don't read comics. I don't know. Pedro's so good in everything I've seen him in that this was just, it fell flat for me.
Okay. I did love the portrayal of both the Silver Surfer and Galactus. In other movies, Galactus has just been a purple cloud, and you're like, that's not Galactus. So I applaud them for that. And, we'll see them again. And, maybe the second time around,
They'll do better.
They'll be with other characters from the Marvel Universe because they'll be in the Avengers movie. So we'll see how that goes.
The funny part about this, looking at it from a higher perspective of movies for Disney, I'm pretty sure this was like one of the ones they were banging on, along with Snow White. I know we're going a little far off here, but the movie that did the best for them this year so far has been Lilo and Stitch. It has broken so many records, and we're not going to talk about it because we haven't seen it, but it's just kind of the point where I feel like Disney is putting so much money into certain movies that just are falling flat on the face.
Snow White was a whole different thing. I just think people weren't interested, to be honest.
I wasn't interested. I don't need you to remake an animated film. I'm sorry.
I saw Gal Gadot put out something today or yesterday about her being pressured to speak against Israel was the reason why Snow White didn't do well at the box office, which I don't see how I don't know.
I didn't hear anything of that.
But she plays the evil witch in that movie. But I just think it was like people were like, Snow White, I don't need to go see this.
I mean, honestly, these animated films don't need to be remade, even though Lilo and Stitch is a.
They don't.
But there were some adjustments to Lilo and Stitch, I believe, from what I read.
Yes, and I've also heard that the How to Train Your Dragon remake, which did really well as well. People were mad in the beginning calling it woke because they changed some of the characters' ethnicities around. But they changed a few things in that movie, but it still did really well. I don't know. I don't think everything needs to be made into live action.
Yeah. It's just not needed.
We have the animated one and we'll just go back and watch that.
Create a new concept movie.
That is all we ever get now, are remakes of movies we've already seen.
Yeah. So if you're interested in Fantastic Four, it's been out now for quite a bit.
3 weeks? 4 weeks? I don't know.
We're obviously not going to spoil it for you, but we hope you'll let us know if you went and seen it, what you thought of it. Take mine for the grain of salt that it is, because I am not that Marvel fan. But if you're listening and you're not that Marvel fan, then this might not be the one for you to go check out.
Yeah. But last weekend, we went to go see a horror movie.
We went opening weekend.
Opening weekend. We went to opening weekend for Fantastic Four too.
Oh, well, look at us.
So yeah, we saw Weapons, which I was really wanting to see after I saw the teaser trailer for it. After I saw the teaser trailer for it, I really didn't want to watch any more trailers for it.
Yeah, the teaser trailer left you enticed. It was like, what is happening in this movie? Why are there children walking out of the houses with their arms in a very distinct way? I don't know if you wanted to show the teaser trailer. That's a no.
Anyway, I'll give you the overview. When all but one child from the same classroom mysteriously vanished on the same night at exactly the same time, a community is left questioning who or what is behind their disappearance. So, no shit, the movie opens just like the teaser trailer. We see the kids at 2:17 in the morning wake up and run out of their houses into the night.
They look like little planes.
Like little planes. And we have no idea where they're going, what happened to them, and then it starts to unfold. Yeah.
Without spoiling too much.
Yeah.
It feels like you're in that zone most of the movie. You're like trying to figure out what happened. Like, why did these kids run out?
Which eventually you do find out.
No, absolutely.
But the thing that I liked about this movie is the way that it flowed. You basically followed one character and you got their whole story from the beginning till the end. And then you switch to another character and it's like same day, same time, and then you see things from that character's perspective. I really like that. I thought that was I know other movies have done that, but it fit really well in a horror movie.
Yeah, the cinematography and the choices of storytelling were really, really good in the movie.
Yeah.
I always like seeing those perspectives from like different angles of the same situation or same day.
Because you're like, how did this lead up to this? Or how did this person wind up here? Yeah. And then the way they tell it, you see it.
Yeah. There were some loose ends in some of those storytellings where you were like, wait a minute. We missed the block of this story. But overall, I think they did a fantastic job. It wasn't super scary. It was more suspenseful.
Yes, it's more of a mystery and trying to put together what's going on until you're given the answer.
The puzzle.
What's going on.
The puzzle comes together towards the end.
But even when you're given what's going on, there's still mystery.
There still is mystery.
There's still mystery. So
I mean, the movie ends with mystery.
yeah, it does.
And there's talks about a prequel or a second part.
He said is. I think he says he's either open to a sequel or he has a sequel in mind. I'm not sure if it'll be a sequel or a prequel.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it was good. There was some gory moments.
yeah, there was gory moments. There was some comedic moments. It was good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
I think we both rated it 8.5.
I think there was only one scene that made me audibly be like, what the fuck? In the theater.
I had a moment where I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And it was because I was scared.
Oh, yeah.
It was a
Yeah.
good scare.
It was.
I would say that was like the only major scare in that movie.
Right. I mean, maybe there were some that should have, or maybe they were intended to be, but maybe it wasn't that scary to us.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, overall, good movie. I mean, as with all movies, not all the answers are always provided.
No.
And you have to kind of go with that, I guess. But overall, I thought it was a good movie. Is it based on a book? I can't remember.
I don't remember if it's based off a book.
But anyways, if you're interested in a pre-Halloween movie or spooky season is kicking off, at least at Disney it's kicked off. It's kicking off at Halloween Horror Nights at the end of August, and Busch Gardens starts in September. Halloween starts early all the time, so it's definitely a good movie to go watch if you're looking for something to do
It is.
on the weekends. It's not, I don't think you'll go home feeling like you wasted your money.
Not at all. It's a good time.
If anything, you can appreciate the storytelling, which I think is what made me like it so much, was the storytelling, how they told the stories and how they just flipped from character to character. And you got more perspective of the movie through the eyes of somebody else.
Yeah.
And also it showed how frustrating it can be to be a teacher.
It did. It did show that part.
It led her to drinking a lot. But yeah, definitely go check out Weapons. Let us know if you check it out. What score would you give it?
Yeah.
We did 8.5. I don't remember what we did for.
Fantastic.
I think I gave it a 6.
I think I gave it an 8.
Yeah. We differed there on that one a little bit. Changing or reversing course from spooky wookie movie. So shall we shift gears? We're going to shift gears here.
We're going to shift gears.
We're going to shift the gears, everybody.
And we're going to talk about...
And we're going to talk about Kim Davis.
Okay.
Who is a former... What the hell is she?
She was a county clerk.
County clerk for in Tennessee?
Kentucky.
Kentucky. Which has a Democratic governor, and I still don't know how that happened.
Because they love him, actually. And I don't know. I don't get it either, but like they love him.
Kentucky's red as apples. Like, what was it, Granny Old? Whatever the red ones
Granny
are.
Apple.
Orchard's Argid. I don't know what the fuck apples are called.
Orchard's Arcade.
Where they have so many fucking names. I love coming back on this pod and being able to cuss.
Anyway, you may remember Kim Davis as a reject from
Not a reject.
from Sister Wives, but seriously, she
Hold on.
is
Here's my intro to Kim Davis. 4-time married Kim Davis says that gay marriage should be banned because of the sanctity of marriage.
Yeah. So in 2015, she refused to issue a marriage license to a gay couple. That gay couple then sued her, and then that gay couple then won said lawsuit. And she was ordered to pay $100,000 in emotional damage, as well as $260,000 in attorney's fees, which we know Kim ain't got. So Kim said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm gonna ask the Supreme Court to overturn gay
Well,
marriage.
she's gone through the appeals court and everything.
She has gone through the appeals court, to which those judges was like,
They didn't even hear the case.
no, ma'am, you need to pay your legal fees and you need to pay this couple their money.
Yes. So Kim Davis is now in the news again. She's like a parasite, just doesn't disappear, much like MAGA. She's arguing that the First Amendment protection for free exercise of religion immunizes her from personal liability for the denial of marriage license. More functionally, she claims the High Court's decision in Obergefell and versus Hodges extending marriage rights for the same-sex couples under the 14th Amendment due process protections was egregious. Oh man,
Come on.
egregious. How do you say the word? Egregiously. I said this word before I got in front of this podcast. Anyway, she said, girl, that shit is wrong. We can't have these gays going around getting married.
Listen, so she is citing that it is due to her religious beliefs that she shouldn't be forced to issue marriage license to gay couples because it goes against her religion.
But you're working in a job.
Exactly. So that's what the lower court said. They ruled against her, stating that the First Amendment protects her private conduct, but does not shield her from her liability for her actions as a government official. Meaning, girl, this is your whole job. And therefore, if you cannot perform your job, then you need to find another job. You can't come up here and cite religious freedom when you were the one that filled out the application to work as a county clerk. And now you are one, and this is your job, so just do your job.
Well, I mean, and it's like any job. And I know this conversation or argument comes up a lot about what's against your religion and work. It's like you have a job to do, regardless of said job. And if you don't agree with what's being asked of you in said job, then you can pack your shit up and go.
You can find a new one.
You can. How about you get the fuck out?
I don't understand these people who are like, this goes against my religion, but you filled out an application to work here. You knew what the job was.
Listen, what I really wanted to piece here is I'm tired of people telling me what's against their religion and we're invalidating their religion and blah, 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 blah. Like, tell me you care about religion by not telling me you don't care about religion. You've been married 4 times, twice to the same man.
I didn't know it was twice.
Yes, sweetie. She has been married 4 times
I
to
knew
3
that part.
different men. I did my search, and if you don't believe me, you can go ahead and search that yourself. She married, I believe it was her first husband again.
And then she divorced him again?
Well, they're currently still together.
Oh. Okay.
She's not working on marriage number 5 yet.
Got it.
So let me tell you religious people that want to throw the Bible and throw the stones at everybody that's different than you. Unless you living by that Bible from front cover to back cover, you have no place in our society to be telling anybody about religion and religious freedom. No. Because one, you ain't living by the religion that you are throwing on other people at all.
No.
And again, you was working a job. The law said you were to grant the license to those people who were getting married, whether they were a gay couple or a straight couple. Your job was to 1, 2, 3, do the oath, sign the paper, issue the license.
And keep it moving and collect your paycheck.
That's all you
Friday.
did.
That's all.
You didn't have to agree with it.
Now, to me, the only reason she is bringing this up and bringing it to Supreme Court, 1, is because of the current administration that we have. But 2, the biggest one, is that she just ain't got them coins.
She ain't got them coins. And I believe, and this is me, a conspiracy theorist. I don't do this often, but I'm going to go ahead and go on the limb that the current climate has empowered her lawyers and herself that they can take this up to the higher court because of what happened with
Roe versus
Wade in terms of abortion. And this is the first time gay marriage is being taken, or at least petitioned to the high court to potentially be looked at and overturned.
Yeah.
So it goes beyond her not wanting to do her job.
And beyond, again, number one, I believe she just ain't got the coins and she ain't trying to pay it.
And it also goes beyond religion. Like it's the same argument they based the abortion on, and they won. Obviously, the court majority is conservative. I something such as gay marriage or even abortion that does not affect you personally, once again, is something that is driving potential law in our country.
I feel like everybody is getting behind. First of all, I don't understand. We had this conversation many times on this podcast. I don't understand why people want to regulate other people's bodies, because those things are their decisions and their decision alone to make. It should not be made by Lindsey Graham, who is an undercover gay man, allegedly. It should not be made by Mitch McConnell. It should not be made by Donald Trump. It should not be made by men, period, because you can't have a baby.
Yeah. The only thing we as the government should do is allow freedom and access to that abortion if needed. Allow gay couples to get married if they choose to do so. And it doesn't bother you 1 cent. 1 cent.
As we always say here, if you're not a pregnant woman, or if you don't plan on getting an abortion, good for you. Don't get one. But don't tell Susie Q down the street that she can't have one, because you don't live in Susie Q's house. You don't pay Susie Q's bills, and you don't know what Susie Q is going through.
And at the end of the day, the federal government is not going to take care of them kids.
Exactly.
The federal government is going to be like, thank you for having it. Now figure it out.
And they'll figure it the fuck out without our assistance.
Exactly. Now, if gay marriage is overturned, obviously states that allow gay marriage can continue to process gay marriage.
It's just that it won't be recognized in certain places, which would be annoying.
Well, I don't know if that's true. I think my understanding is if you're currently married, it has to be recognized. Or I could be wrong there.
Okay.
That was the complexity of the law that I did not understand. But my understanding is if you are married, it should still be acknowledged as a marriage. You just cannot get married in a state that won't. Now, it's not to say that states won't pass laws that undo marriages to people in those states, because they can do. There's been states that have passed laws
stupid
recently in case the court overturns gay marriage, then automatically it becomes a ban in their particular states.
Okay.
Yeah. Completely. It's a bit confusing.
But never mind. Go ahead. Continue.
No, say your piece.
No, I don't have anything.
All that to say is good luck, Kim Davis.
And fuck Kim Davis.
And fuck you and your sanctity of marriage. If marriage was such a sanctity to you, you would have gotten married once and stayed with the man that you married. Now, I don't have a problem with divorce. Things happen.
I didn't marry them. You did.
But I'm just saying overall, like, I don't have a problem with divorce. Like, it is a way for you to get out.
I don't either.
Right. If your relationship is not building, not growing, and it's just not cohabitating anymore, right? You get divorced. It's your prerogative. You can do that, just like an abortion. But don't be out here trying to cry my religion when, you over here getting married multiple times. Because I'll be the first one to tell you, I am not that close to the Bible. I can't tell you if there's scripture that talks about marriage.
Saying what? That marriage is between a man and a woman? Because that's the one they let it throw out.
No, that you can only get married once.
Listen, divorce is a thing that I feel like I hear most about in the Catholic religion as being frowned upon.
It is very frowned upon.
I don't know how Baptists feel about people getting. I don't know, because you know why? It ain't none of my business.
I don't give a fuck.
All of this is none of my. We would be so much better off, just like that lady said, if everybody just minded their own business.
100.
It would solve so many problems in this world if you just minded your own business. Except with the caveat when it comes to someone is going to hurt someone or someone is hurting someone, then it's your business to try and get that person some help. But other than that, mind your P's and Q's.
Amen. This wasn't on my notes, but it's funny because I think it was a senator from South Carolina or North Carolina was recently caught doing something with underage kids. And he was big conservative, diminishing LGBTQ plus rights because it's wrong, right? But you out here playing with children.
I mean, they don't call them the party of pedophiles for nothing.
And then I forgot what state it was. This is what happens sometimes. I just see things, I don't write it down. Somewhere out in the Midwest, that's all you need to know. His son did something naughty, underage.
Oh, yes. And then he lowered the age of consent.
Just so his son would not go to jail. Now tell me which party is the party of law and order. It ain't the Republicans. It ain't the MAGA. Okay? So I need y'all to get your life together. Get it together. Just wrap it up together. And just acknowledge that your party is absolute garbage. And you out here trying to limit the rights of everybody. Because why? Because you're just a bunch of hypocritical racists.
So I got it for you. It's the South Carolina Republican who backed drag and trans healthcare bans to protect childhood innocence, has resigned from his seat after he was arrested and charged with distributing images of child sexual assault.
Child innocence.
We must protect childhood innocence.
Childhood innocence. Yes, he was here rupturing childhood innocence.
Now you out here peddling kiddie porn.
But it's the gays, it's the trans, it's the drag queens, it's the minorities, it's the illegal immigrants, it's everybody besides themselves.
Everything that y'all talk about is everything that y'all do, but you blame it on people outside of your skin color, the people outside of your party. It's sad. It's sad that we live in this country right now where people are scared to speak up. It is the Republican Party itself. I feel like it's to blame for Donald Trump. They had an opportunity to keep this man from running from office again, but they were cowards because they thought if we out him, then we lose those people that were voting for him, and we lose a chunk of. That's fine, girl. Cut out the cancer. This man and everything that surrounds him is nothing but cancer. Now we have people in positions of power like this man who are pedophiles, and they are out here damning immigrants and the gays, talking about we are the ones ruining people's childhood.
But meanwhile, when you at home in the dark hours of the night while your wife upstairs sleeping, you on the little laptop sending out underage images of children.
Yeah.
Now that's paraphrase. I'm not sure if that's what he was doing, but I'm pretty sure that's what he was doing.
Either way, that's what he got charged for. So
I'm just like, if you're going to be damning the rest of the world, then you better make sure your house is in order and you ain't out here doing what you trying to damn other people for.
And, you know, I didn't really give a shit about the Epstein files back when we were discussing it during, God, how long have we been talking about that?
I don't know. We're falling off the rails here, but
I know it doesn't matter. But
we had an outline.
The fact that Donald Trump and his whole administration ran on releasing the Epstein files, saying the Democrats won't release it, and then you get into power. Actually, I mean, you could have did it your first term if you were really that concerned about it. But then saying Biden wouldn't do it, and then you got in office this time, and now you won't do it because you are linked up with this man just as heavy, if not heavier, than anybody else, just leads me to know, here we go again. You move Giselle from her maximum security to minimum security. She is in a place where, you know, she could be playing golf during the day.
She's over there where Martha Stewart was.
And some of the victims have spoke out like this woman was just as bad.
But they're trying to protect the victims, Sean. That's what.
Y'all
What's Blondie's name?
Who?
Not Pam Bondi, but the other one.
Caroline.
Yeah, it's Caroline.
I can't stand that bitch.
They want to protect the victims.
I can't stand her. She's always screaming at somebody, and she's up there. Anyway. I was about to go on a different tangent, but I'm not going to do it.
Listen, what the hell we were talking about? Kim Davis. One last thing on here. I saw this article talking about how dare us blame Trump for Kim Davis, and I'm just like, Kim Davis was, I believe, when the first thing happened, was brought together with like House, I think even what's his name, Crypt Keep, McConnell. Yeah, I believe him and some other Republicans went to her aid. Blah 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 blah.
Oh, when she got fired.
Yeah. So I'm like, Trumpism is what's leading this. Trumpism is what makes her feel emboldened, along with her lawyers, that they can bring this case before the Supreme Court and will overturn gay marriage. Trumpism is what leads to a lot of things now. Whether you want to believe it or not, it is what it is. Whether you're a Republican non-MAGA, because I know there are probably Republicans out there that don't believe in MAGA but still voted for him. You need to sit down and really have a come to Jesus moment. You know, y'all like to go to church so much. So go in, sit down, take a kneel, take a prayer, and just look at what this man is doing. Trumpism is leading to so much of the unsettlement of our country right now.
Listen, what's her name? Kim Davis.
Kim Davis.
I'm going to tell you.
We're back on Kim Davis.
That's who we talking about. I'm going to tell you, just like Miss Bernice said, you think I'm supposed to feel sorry for that bitch? I don't. I don't feel sorry for you, Kim. You stood on what you thought was right, and the court said you were wrong, and you need to pay this couple their money, and you need to pay your attorney fees. If you think that magically you're going to get gay marriage overturned and then your problems go away, they're not. You still going to owe them that money, even if it got overturned. You lost a lawsuit. You still got to run them their decades. So, you know, whatever. We'll see if the Supreme Court actually picks up the case or not. I know the black man, Clarence Thomas, said that we needed to look at this case again. So who knows if they'll pick it up or won't pick it up.
If they do pick it up, it'll be for the 2026 session.
Well, next year is next year. Who knows if we'll even make it?
Who knows if America will still be standing?
Anyway,
let's move on to our next topic here. If I can get my phone to work. Oh, there we go.
Gerrymander it.
First of all, I'd like to play a video. So we're going to play a video for your ears. If you're sensitive to Donald Trump speaking, you may want to mute this.
Mr. President, why did you fire the head of the Bureau of Labor Statistics? Because I think her numbers were wrong. Just like I thought her numbers were wrong before the election. Days before the election, she came out with these beautiful numbers for Kamala. I guess Biden/Kamala. And she came out with these beautiful numbers.
Going forward, why should anyone trust the numbers?
Well, that's
and
the
if
big
you're
thing. You're right. No, you're right. Why should anybody trust numbers? I believe the numbers were phony, just like they were before the election. And there were other times. So you know what I did? I fired her.
Anytime I hear him talk, my head just hurts. It really does. So Erica, the Bureau of Labor Statistics commissioner, was fired by Trump after she advertised that hiring numbers had slowed in July and was much less than the month of May and June, according to those previous estimates. He accused her without evidence of manipulating the job numbers and noted she was an appointee of President Joe Biden. Now, if I understand these numbers right, the person that receives this number does not see these numbers until it's ready to file said report. As with all data, there is a lapse in correction in data. Happens in research, happens in peer-read journals that are written. We also learned that when these surveys are done for jobs, people are giving a deadline, but many submit after the deadline. So there is a period of correction on numbers.
Yeah. So what we learned from watching the video is that they do the first 2 weeks of data and they put that out. And then they do the full month afterwards because they know that people are going to miss the deadline. So a correction happens when they get more information.
Correct.
And therefore the numbers can either inflate or deflate. It just depends on the information that they're given. It's not that she was in there and just being like, oh, well, Trump's in office now, so let's make him look as bad as possible. She was just telling the truth. She's just going by data. There's nothing partisan about her job. It's not, I have to make the Democrats look bad because I was appointed by a Democrat, or I have to make the Republicans look good because I was appointed by a Republican. The data is the data.
Exactly. The data is the data. Corrections are always happening. I forgot when this process started. It has been over 50
I think they
years.
said 1965.
Like, plenty of years of, and they always go back and adjust data. That was one of his other problems, was that numbers were being corrected after the fact and making him look bad in terms of his speaking. And as we know, with all dictators and kings, when they don't like what is being said of them, they will replace that person with a loyalist, which we learned through Project 2025 is what the Trumpism party wanted to do. And then Trump, who did he invite a few days later? He invited, I believe it was one of the co-founders of the Heritage Foundation,
Yes,
which is the architect
architect
of Project 2025, came to tell us what the correct data points were on hiring.
Now, this man also said, but first of all, he needs to be confirmed by Congress. He can't just get the job, but we live in this administration's time, so that probably will just happen.
And
like
Congress, decided to leave early.
Yes, because they didn't want to deal with the Epstein file thing. Anyway, this man floated the idea of not even doing the data anymore, or what did he say? Did he say suspended?
It's essentially of like when COVID was around, if we didn't report on the numbers,
then COVID numbers wouldn't be so high.
Then the numbers wouldn't be so high around COVID.
It's just like when Donald Trump was running for president. He's like, if we just stop the count now, I won.
Exactly.
Just stop counting votes.
Stop counting votes. So if we don't report on the job numbers, then, we won't know that our economy's burning in fire.
I mean, in the real world, we will, because people won't be able to find a job. People will be losing their jobs constantly, and things will be more expensive, and, we'll be in a recession.
Also, why is Trump mad that the numbers were low when your administration had a great deal hand in firing hundreds, I think thousands of people from the federal government? Where did you think these people were going to go?
I don't.
To the unemployment line. They don't have jobs. So, for you to be shocked and amazed that the numbers were bad.
Yeah, what you haven't created any new jobs.
You haven't created any jobs.
If anything, you've eliminated more jobs than you created.
You've eliminated jobs. You've placed tariffs on things that are now costing people
buku bucks.
Goods are now higher than they were before. But, we don't want to report on those numbers either. So, for those of you that sit there wondering, where do we go from here? I don't have an answer for you. I just know that we cannot, at this point in time, trust anything that comes out of this administration, because when they don't like something, they eliminate the problem.
But here's the thing that I didn't know. I don't think either one of us knew. Those numbers are very important. Yeah. They help
I didn't know it at
to
all.
shape how much money goes out for federal aid programs like SNAP, Medicaid, that kind of thing. Like how much money people will be getting in their checks to battle inflation or just higher prices of
And isn't
things.
also, I think it impacts Social Security and Medicaid.
I think, yeah.
Money's provided for states.
So you can't just make up these numbers because then it affects everything else. It's like a trickle down effect. Like you fuck up with this and then you gonna fuck up all this stuff down here. And then people are not getting the money that they need every month due to now, tariffs and things being higher prices.
And
or
then we have these numbers that we think everything's going great, but in reality
they're
it's
not.
not. And the monies are then not meeting where we're at as a country.
At a loss. I don't have.
I'm just looking at the Republican Party, and as I look at them, I'm like, which one of you is gonna step up? Because it's up to y'all. It's up to y'all at this point. Democrats have no power. People are continuously screaming at Democrats, and it's like,
I'm
what
tired
power?
of that too.
What power? We have no power.
We will get to the Democrats in Texas and what they're doing because I think that should be talked about more than is being talked about. But yeah, Dems don't have any power to stop these people. So keep screaming at them, do something. That's they can't do anything.
When we could have
at
done
this
something
point.
was if we did it in 2024 when we went to the election.
Right. And now we have to wait until the midterm to see if we can even possibly have a fair election to get them into places where they could do something.
Exactly. So, I mean, for those of you that might think this is a minor blip in whatever else is going on in the country, these numbers being not represented correctly now by somebody who wrote or assisted in writing Project 2025, which is the agenda MAGA Republicans are currently following. There's actually a tracker that shows you how much of Project 2025 has been done so far. In 8 months, I think we're close to 40% of Project 2025 has already been implemented into our country. So if you think this is just minor, it's not. The not reporting these numbers correctly will have adverse reaction across the entire country. Because if we're saying the country looks great, jobs look great, then nothing rises for inflation. Nothing rises to meet the demand of the unemployment that is current. So let's hurry on over to our point of view because it just continues. Let's go.
Hi, welcome back to our POV. I'm gonna go first, I guess.
Yeah.
Cool. So we're gonna stay on the train of keeping our foot on Donald Trump's neck. If you've lived under a rock the past couple of weeks, you might have not known, but he has federalized the police department in Washington, D.C. He has sent FBI, DEA, the National Guard to DC to patrol the streets to keep it safe because crime is an all-time high there, even though it is much lower. It is substantially lower than it was last year. But somebody from Doge got their ass kicked and he was like, we can't have any of that. So I'm calling everybody in. And now you have FBI agents walking around fucking DC while people are having their dinner and there's no crime happening.
I mean, that alone should piss you off as a taxpayer.
Because it's a waste of
Whether
money.
you're a Republican or a Democrat, an independent, like your tax dollars are going to fund all these extra police officers. Your tax dollars.
It's wild. And the people of DC are not happy. There have been several protests, but I'm going to tell you about a special protest that happened. So on August the 10th, a man identified as Sean Charles Dunn was recorded on video throwing a Subway sandwich at a U.S. Customs and Border Protection agent. So first of all, why is a U.S. Customs Border Protection agent out here in the streets of D.C.?
I don't know.
So they decided to set up.
Remember, there's also a lot of illegal immigrants and homeless people in DC.
Yeah, get into that too. So they were setting up checkpoints to stop people in their cars to check their if they're American citizens, I guess, or if they're illegal immigrants or whatever the case may be, just so they, I guess, look busy.
I don't know. I don't know why
Sure.
we have checkpoints in 2025
Um,
in America.
So Sean took it upon himself to throw a Subway sandwich at this agent. The incident took place because these people are roaming the city and the people of DC are tired of it. They're calling these people fascist. They're calling them selling, we don't want you in our city. Why are you here? What the fuck are you doing here? You're wasting our money. Mind you, this man worked for the Department of Justice.
The guy who threw the sandwich.
The guy who threw the sandwich. Of course, Pam Bondi and all her glory said he doesn't work here anymore. But that is also saying something. Someone that works or worked in the Department of Justice is calling you a fascist.
Well, and they like the word freedom of speech until it's against you. And then we don't like it anymore.
Okay. So he threw the wrapped Subway sandwich at him. He hit him.
At least it was wrapped.
He was attempting to flee. He was apprehended by officers. He admitted to throwing the stupid sandwich. He was charged.
And you guys, if you've had Subway, you know the sandwich isn't that hard. Some flat ass bread.
It's barely bread anymore. Anyway, he was charged with a felony for assault on a federal officer by our U.S. attorney for D.C., Janine Pirro. Now, if you don't know Janine, you might have seen her played on Saturday Night Live as the drunk lawyer who always has a bottle of wine in her purse. And she talks like this. Well, this bitch thought it would be cute to get on camera and be like, we are back in the police to the full hilt, back in the blue. He thought it was funny to throw a Subway sandwich, so we charged him with a felony. And she ended that video by saying, find somewhere else to put your sandwich or something to that effect.
And then she did a pose.
And she did a pose. Like, this is funny. This is because she used to be on Fox News.
Hold up. Let's play the video so people can see it.
Yes, play the video.
An individual went up to one of the federal law enforcement officers and started jumping up and down, screaming at him, berating him, yelling at him. And then he took a Subway sandwich about this big and took it and threw it at the officer. He thought it was funny. Well, he doesn't think it's funny today because we charged him with a felony, assault on a police officer. And we're going to back the police to the hilt. So there, stick your Subway sandwich somewhere else.
So yeah, that was her. And since then, the judge in front of the case said that the crime did not fit the punishment. So he is no longer being charged with a felony. Bravo for someone having common sense.
This is why we're going to get rid of federal judges.
But the irony of this is her saying we want to protect the police. We're going to back the police. We're going to charge this man who threw a Subway sandwich with a felony. But meanwhile, the people at January 6th got pardons where they were actually beating police officers. And police officers died on that day.
Killed police officers.
And those people got pardons.
And broke into federal buildings.
Let that sink in. This administration believes that you throwing a Subway sandwich at a police officer is worthy of a felony, while someone from January 6th who was trying to overthrow our government was let go.
Clean.
Wash your hands of it.
Clean.
You are free to go.
Destroyed federal buildings.
Actually, you collect $1,000 check on your way out is what they tried to do. But I don't. That part hasn't gone through yet. Those people being paid.
I don't think so.
But that is it blows my mind that this is where we are, and some people are okay with it. Eventually, I think Trump is just going to want to get rid of the First Amendment. He's doing it slowly but surely, to where if you say anything bad about him, his administration, his people, then they will find a reason to jail you under some bogus charge and then lock you away or send you to Alcatraz or send you to fucking Venezuela or send you to fucking, where's the other place they send people?
I don't know.
Wherever that is. And then throw away the key and act like you never existed. This is where we're living. And you know where this happened before? This is all history. What did they say? If you don't learn from it, you are damned to repeat it. And Adolf Hitler was doing the same fucking thing.
I mean, I don't think we'll get to that point. Honestly, I think it's gonna. They're really trying to model this after Hungary's democratic government, which is not true democracy.
All of this is fascism. Whether it's Hitler or Hungary or Kim Jong-un, all of this is fascism.
Yeah, you said that right. Wow.
All of it. It is basically he is overthrowing democracy. There will be no more democracy. And what I say goes. And if you don't like it, then that's where you go.
And all this comes because of the militarization of Washington, D.C., because there was so much crime and homeless people, yada, yada, yada. I heard blonde girl, the press secretary, talking about, she brought in immigrants. And I'm just like, wow, we just really want to throw the word immigrants into everything, don't we?
Meanwhile, y'all is the most immigrants of the immigrants.
Girl.
That white man said he was an Indian. I'm sorry.
What white man?
From that show. Remember the 360 with the...
Oh, yeah.
He said white people are indigenous people. And I said, my God, we have completely lost it.
We have completely lost our marbles. He threw the Subway sandwich, and now he's charged with a federal crime. Did I do a good job with that?
Yeah, she's annoying.
And first of all, why are so many Fox News hosts in a presidential administration?
Because they're the only ones that talk good about him.
Is beyond my level of understanding. And we ain't even going to talk today about that mess of a Russia and U.S. meeting in Alaska, because actually we can tell you about that in 2 quick seconds. Nothing happened. No. We wasted a lot of political dollars. He took the whole ass Air Force One to Alaska, for the love of Christ. Anyways, the DC thing is also concerning because he said he's going to do it in other cities, and a majority is more liberal leaning cities. So in our thought process, like, maybe we need to move to a city that's more liberal. Now it makes you question, like, where the hell is it even safe?
No place is safe anymore. And that's why if people don't protest, if people don't stand up to him, and I know it's scary in whatever the case may be. At some point, Republicans, somebody in that party is going to have to put on their big boy pants and say enough is enough.
Like, any power that you gain out of whatever you're doing right now is not going to survive.
No. So if there's no United States to fucking rule.
Stand up for the country you love so much. Stand up for the Constitution you love so much.
Girl, they half of them only know the first two. Go ahead.
Anyways, so if it wasn't bad enough that we now have military police on the streets of America in another state, well, DC is not a state, another jurisdiction of the country, then we also have Texas, at the request of King Trump, that, they just find 5 more seats to keep us in power.
Yeah, just like he just needed, 15,000 more votes or 1,500 more votes.
And this is what gets me about that is, like, a lot of people don't think there's an issue in him saying that. And I'm just like, Joe Biden, President Obama, Bill Clinton, if anybody from the left came out and said, you know what, just find me 5 more seats. We would have been ready to impeach that person.
We would hang them.
Like, they would have been screaming out the rafters of how unconstitutional is, how we're taking down our country, yada, 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 yada. So in Texas, they were ready to steamroll at the request of King Trump to find 5 seats for him. And I don't know if people understand how impactful it is to redistrict cities. Not only is it being done in a non-procedural way, because the typical procedure is to do it every decade.
Yes.
You examine the population, you redraw the districts as needed for the increase in population. What they're doing is expanding Republican districts into liberal held districts to gain more majority and gain more seats in the Congress, essentially. If you don't think this is alarming, and I'm not trying to be an alarmist, then I don't think you have a good grasp of what's going on in our country. Because when you automatically hold all the power in a state, and all your seats lead to one political side, and it's been influenced by a redrawing of a district, that means they will be in power forever. And all the things they're doing currently right now will continue to live on or get worse. Now, Republicans are up in arms. The Democrats are talking about doing it in California. Newsom had a whole press conference about it. And usually I sit on the side of like, I don't believe in gerrymandering. I don't believe in redistricting because, you need a political up in your state. It needs to be done correctly. It needs to be done based on the facts of whatever it is to redistrict. Every state does it differently. But, I'm tired of being the Democrat that sits over here and plays nicely and continuously gets bullied on the sideline.
That's true.
President Obama came out and applauded the congressmen and women that left Texas to avoid a quorum to automatically pass these new maps. And that is the only thing they can do, is to literally physically leave the state to avoid a quorum.
Now, I applaud these people, these men and women, because a lot of them, they have jobs outside of this because they have to have jobs outside of this. They also have families. Mm-hmm. And so they're either taking time off of work or out of work. And each day they're gone, they're also collecting fines for being gone. So like there was a fundraiser to raise money to help pay their fines, but now Governor Abbott is like, I will charge you with bribery if you take that money to pay the fines. And so they said they will pay the fines out of their own money. It's a mess.
It's an absolute mess. And now it's like you also have other states like New York, Florida, Illinois. I think Georgia's also in that mix. Like, so now we're just gonna keep drawing. This is gonna be like, who's got, hold my beer. I'm gonna up you now with seats. I'm gonna up you with. We're not getting anything done politically. And again, I applaud Democrats because I'm like, that's the only power we have at this point. Right. And if it's good enough for y'all, it's good enough for us. I'm tired of being the party that wants to just say, well, that's not the right thing. It's like, well, being right all this time has gotten us into the garbage that we're in today. And then I'm not saying we need to go in and start breaking a bunch of laws and hurting people, but I'm like, if this is what we need to do, then start redrawing maps. Because if it's good enough for the red, it's good enough for the blue. It can't be good for one side and bad for the other.
It's just like, where does it stop? Like, if you got 5 more seats, and then California got 5 more seats, and then Georgia got 5, like, where does it stop?
I don't know where it stops.
And I saw a report that, like, even if Texas did it, it could backfire on them, and meaning that it doesn't necessarily guarantee that those 5 seats will be Republican seats. They have a chance to actually be adding Democrats to it if things don't go, if people vote a certain way.
That would be like the ultimate victory for us.
It would, but like, we shouldn't even be talking about this right now.
No, we shouldn't. We shouldn't be talking about it. We shouldn't be talking about it. It should be done when it's done, and it should be done correctly, not based on political power. So I applaud these Democrats because right now they are the only ones that are standing up for our country. Besides maybe Ocasio, Bernie Sanders, he's not even a fucking Democrat. because like I'm tired of seeing the tweets from Democratic leaders of this is blah 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 blah. I'm tired of them putting out statements. I'm tired of them spending 24 hours on the Congress floor. I applaud you for that, whatever, but you ain't doing nothing.
All of that
and I
is
know we
true.
don't have power, so I'm like, this is the only leverage of power Democrats have to avoid what's going on in Texas right now. And I applaud them. And I don't care if you're a Republican or MAGA and you think that it's wrong. It's like, if it's good enough for your team, it's good enough for our team. It's time for the Democrats to step up and start bullying a little bit back. I hate to use that word, but like, have we seen what's happened in 8 months? We haven't even survived 1 year under the Trump administration.
No.
I can't imagine where we're going to be in July of August of 2026 at this point. Get informed, people. Get informed. Now, I had one more thing. Did you have anything?
No.
Okay, I want to play this clip.
The Minnesota Vikings have 2 dude cheerleaders. This is a different kind of guy cheerleader.
No way. This is some AI stuff.
No, this is real, David. You watch it.
Those are new cheerleaders.
Those are,
Vikings.
yes. Yes.
Who asked for this?
That's what I'm saying.
What football fans around the country are saying we need more? Okay.
It's.
Where's my Vikings?
I guess they feel like it's sexualization without representation.
My eyes are bleeding.
No.
Sexualization without
Listen.
representation?
Sexualization without representation. That's what they're saying. I've never heard anybody make that argument, though. Is there some sort of huge gay football fan base that I'm just missing that is upset about the lack of cheerleaders?
You were talking about Texas A&M earlier.
Well, yeah. What the Texas A&M does with their guys.
So what's this?
This is either queer or homosexual.
So that was from a show called Crane and Company. I'm assuming it is a conservative group of people or a podcast of sorts. This has bothered me to the point where, like, I've seen multiple videos on this. I'm not sure if you've gone down this realm too much. There's now 12 teams that have officially allowed men to be part of the cheerleaders in the NFL. Pause. Back. And straight cis white males, for the majority, are up in arms that there are now male cheerleaders on the field. To which I say, who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck that there is a male dancing on the field? Who gives a fuck? As somebody else said on TikTok, and I wish I would have saved it, he said, in a sport where we are watching men in tights, where the quarterback takes his hand, puts it underneath another man's ass near his balls to grab the ball, and then throws it to another man in tights across the field, and then a bunch of men in tights jump on each other, balls rubbing all over each other. We're fucking concerned about male cheerleaders in the NFL. Mind you, if you've ever been to a college football game, there is plenty of males in the cheerleading squads. Now, what I think really bothered these 3 cis, white, insecure men, and mind you, neither one of them was cute, so ain't nobody looking at you to begin with. What bothered them was this Minnesota Vikings video, specifically because the men were more on the feminine side.
Got it.
Now, I don't know if their feelings would be differently if it was a more macho man.
No, they would feel the same. Masculinity is fragile, and anytime they see something that may threaten their masculinity, then they reject it.
And let me tell you, Craig and Company, I think that's what it's called.
I've never heard of them before in my life.
I'm gay. I'm male. Sometimes I'm femme, sometimes I'm not. I watch football because I like the game of football. The cheerleaders are there. I don't pay 3 cents of mine to them, whether they're men or women, because I'm there to watch a football game. Mind you, they barely show the cheerleaders on TV.
Yeah,
Mind you, when you're at a football game, you can barely see them.
that's true.
So we're making a issue over nothing, and you're just showing to society how insecure you are with your own sexuality. And I'm not saying they're gay. They could be. They could be on the down low. They could have practiced that for a little bit in college. But what I'm saying is, what point of society are we at that we as, well, they, as, can't use that pronoun, can I? Them, these men that are so fragile that a feminine male on a football cheerleading squad makes you cringe so much. Makes me just wonder why these cis white men come off as being such big pussies when they try to be such big muscle men. I have seen men with ginormous muscles that are more secure with a gay man being in their presence than these three idiots, all concerned about two feminine men on a cheerleading squad for the Minnesota Vikings.
Again, everyone should just mind their business.
Mind your business. Let these people do their job out there. They out there doing a job. And you sit there and you watch your football with the beer in hand and eat your motherfucking nachos.
Period.
I applaud the NFL for finally allowing more men into the cheerleading squads.
Inclusivity.
Femme, straight, gay, trans, pan. I don't give a fuck what they are. If they out there dancing and having a good time, they out there having a good time. If you don't want to see it, you don't have to see it. Just watch the game. And if you want, boycott the football. Boycott it.
They tried that. It didn't work. You know, when we were taking a knee because, you know, Black Lives Matter.
I'm over it. I'm over cis white men, or hell, not even just white men, just cis men in general. Always concerned about a gay man or a femme man. 9 out of 10 times, we don't want nothing to do with you.
No.
Okay? Because you look raggedy, you look busted, and you haven't had a manicure or a pedicure.
Your looks ain't gonna get you paid. Because you're not that cute. And your hair is uneven. You look dusty. So I'm saying, what else are you gonna do besides pander, rob, steal, try to trick some girl up out of her baby's check or something?
Now I'm being petty, so I probably shouldn't go down that road. I'm just saying, like, stop it. Stop it. Go watch football. Go watch it. I guarantee you're barely going to see the cheerleaders. You know why you might see the cheerleaders? Because you're out here making an issue about it. So what is the NFL going to do? They're going to create sound bites for you at the beginning of the season. And I'm pretty sure they're going to really showcase these males just because you have made it an issue now.
Well, they do.
Whereas if we left it normal as can be, we're like, wow, okay, cool. Men are now cheering. Big deal.
Like you said, you can't see them anyway. And I'm like, oh, someone's down there, blah, blah, blah. They're throwing pom-poms and throwing a baton in the air. It's on fire. Cool.
Yeah, like, calm the fuck down.
I'm not mad.
God, these insecurities are just, that's probably what it is in this country. It's just people are so insecure with anybody that is different of them that they just want to eliminate it.
Everybody needs to talk to a therapist and, you know, try to figure out what's going on inside that's making you project that to other people outside. Thank you.
And we thank you for joining us on this very extended episode of the Manny and Sean Experience podcast. But you know what? We're on a 3-week cycle, so we got to give it jam-packed to you.
And we did.
And in fairness, our last 2 have been under an hour. But we do thank you if you've made it this far. What do you feel on the NFL male cheerleader controversy or anything we talked about? Drop it in our comments. Send it to us via email at
mannyandsean@gmail.com.
Or you can also go to our website by searching MASXP23. Our link is also on Instagram to our website. And you can submit your feelings anonymously. If you want to tell us we're atrociously...
Oh, he still can't say the word.
Still can't say the word. If you still think we wrong as fuck, send it to us in our link with your confidential message, because you're being a pussy and you don't want to tell us. No, I'm just playing. That's fine. I retract that. But yeah, you can also find us on social, as I said at the top of the show, MASXP23.
Was it this?
Erroneously.
Was that what you're trying to say?
Sure. I don't know. Who gives a fuck? The right doesn't need to say anything correct, so I can fuck up words. Whatever. What mattered was I could say it before I got in front of this microphone for whatever. Maybe it's because I'm looking at it. I don't know. Whatever.
Anyway.
Thanks for joining us. We hope you stay safe out there. And, find the good parts of life wherever you can. With your friends, family that you believe in, your chosen family, whatever that may be. Because, even though there's a part of our country that still says what's happening right now is okay, I guarantee you there's another ginormous group of people that stand with you and believe what's happening right now is just utter chaos. Like when I look at our country on the TV right now, I'm like, is this America or is this somewhere else? Anyways, as we like to say here on the Manny Sean Experience podcast,
do something good for yourself.
And then do something good for somebody else. Thanks for joining us. We hope you enjoyed this episode. And look out on our TikToks. Maybe we'll be doing some things. TikTok's about to shut down this world anyways, so we may not be on there anymore again, but whatever. Anyways, thanks for listening. My name is Manny.
I'm Sean.
And we'll see you on the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.
Wanna hear you go.